Common reasons for a car failing to start. When your car is not starting, there could be several possible causes, ranging from minor electrical issues to more serious mechanical problems. Each situation can be diagnosed by understanding the symptoms and evaluating specific components of the car. Here's a detailed exploration of the most common reasons for a car failing to start and how they affect your vehicle. 1. Battery issues. One of the most common reasons for a car not starting is a dead or weak battery. If your car makes a clicking noise or the lights dim when you try to start it, the battery is likely drained. Batteries can lose charge due to age, extreme weather conditions, or because something was left on in the car, such as lights or electronics. Corroded battery terminals or loose connections can also prevent the battery from delivering enough power to start the engine. A quick test with a multimeter or attempting a jump start can help confirm if the battery is the issue. In most cases, if the battery is dead, it will either need to be recharged or replaced. 2. Starter motor problems. If the battery is fine but the car still won't start, the issue could be with the starter motor. The starter motor is responsible for turning over the engine when you turn the key in the ignition. If the starter motor fails, the engine will not crank, and the car will not start. A common sign of a bad starter motor is a single clicking noise when you try to start the car. Sometimes, a faulty starter solenoid, which controls the electrical current to the starter motor, can also prevent the car from starting. If this is the case, the starter motor or solenoid will need to be replaced by a mechanic. 3. Fuel system issues. Another major cause of a car not starting is fuel system related issues. If your engine is not getting fuel, it won't start. There could be several reasons for this, including a clogged fuel filter, a failed fuel pump, or empty fuel injectors. A common sign of fuel system issues is that the engine cranks but doesn't start, as it's unable to ignite due to a lack of fuel. If you can hear the fuel pump running but the car still won't start, the issue might lie with the fuel injectors or the fuel pressure regulator. In some cases, a faulty fuel pump relay could also stop fuel delivery to the engine. A professional diagnostic tool may be needed to test the fuel pressure and identify the specific cause of the problem. 4. Ignition system failures. Problems with the ignition system, such as a faulty ignition switch, spark plugs, or ignition coils, can prevent your car from starting. If the ignition switch is worn out, turning the key may not activate the electrical circuits needed to start the car. Additionally, worn or fouled spark plugs can prevent the engine from igniting the air-fuel mixture in the combustion chamber. Misfiring spark plugs or damaged ignition coils can also cause the car to stall after starting. This issue is often accompanied by an illuminated check engine light. Replacing the spark plugs, ignition switch, or coils can resolve the problem. 5. Security system malfunction. Many modern cars are equipped with anti-theft systems that can prevent the car from starting if there is an issue with the security system. For example, if your car has a transponder key or key fob, and the car does not recognize the signal, it will prevent the engine from turning on. In some cases, the immobilizer system may fail, or the car might think it's being stolen, which can lock the ignition and fuel systems. If the car's security system is causing the issue, you may notice that the dashboard lights or alarm behave abnormally when you attempt to start the vehicle. Sometimes resetting the system by locking and unlocking the car with the key fob or using a spare key can fix the issue, but it may require professional attention if the system is malfunctioning. 6. Faulty alternator. The alternator charges the car's battery while driving. If it fails, the car may run for a while using the battery's power, but eventually, the battery will drain, and the car won't start. Unlike a dead battery, which can be jump-started, a faulty alternator will prevent the battery from charging, meaning the car will die again shortly after being jump-started. Signs of a bad alternator include dimming lights, electrical malfunctions, and a battery warning light on the dashboard. Replacing the alternator is usually necessary to fix this issue. 7. Problems with the timing belt or chain. The timing belt or chain ensures that the engine's valves open and close at the proper times during the engine's operation. If the timing belt or chain breaks, the engine won't be able to start. In some cases, a worn timing belt can cause the engine to misfire or fail to turn over. This issue is especially serious because if the timing belt fails while the engine is running, it can cause extensive damage to the engine's internal components. If the timing belt is the issue, the car will need to be taken to a mechanic immediately for repairs, as it is a critical part of the engine. 8. Clogged air filter. Although less common, a clogged or dirty air filter can restrict the air needed for combustion and prevent the engine from starting. If the engine doesn't get enough oxygen, the air-fuel mixture won't ignite properly. Checking and replacing a clogged air filter can sometimes solve starting problems, especially if the engine is also struggling to maintain power or has reduced fuel efficiency. 9. Engine seizure. In more severe cases, the engine might be seized, which means it has locked up and cannot turn over. This usually occurs due to a lack of lubrication, example low or no oil, causing the internal components to overheat and fuse together. If the engine is seized, the car won't start or crank, and you may hear a loud clunking or grinding noise when you try to start it. Unfortunately, engine seizure is often a costly repair and may require engine replacement. In conclusion, there are many reasons why your car might not start, and diagnosing the issue requires a step-by-step evaluation of the car's systems. While some problems, like a dead battery or clogged filter, can be fixed easily, others, such as fuel system failures or engine seizure, require professional mechanical assistance. Identifying the specific symptoms your car is showing will help guide the troubleshooting process and lead to an effective solution. If you're unsure or unable to fix the problem yourself, seeking help from a qualified mechanic is the safest approach.